Everyone writing down here, we can see like that.
Okay. So now I think you must be able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Everything is
okay.
coming.
Okay, guys. Okay. Let me start. Sorry for the making you all trouble. I think okay. It's a kind of I think Vivek Mehra has said it. Can you? He has said it's a kind of a data storage. Data.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
use
Now.
full screen.
No. Full screen I can't do because I need
one
to
presentation is there. Okay. Okay. Sir.
Give me a minute. This is not my main basically topic. I just want to see how much mind is there right now active. I have already got an answer by Mr. Mehra. Okay, it's a hard disk. Can you tell me what is the size of this hard disk and what is the storage of what is the weight of this hard disk? You are right. Pankaj Sahu has also said hard disk. Mr. Vivek Mehra is also saying a data storage. Because I think I have the answer was there. So what is the size of this, guys? What is the weight? Who is the 1 MB? Pankaj Sahu, no. We can see hard disk, some researcher. No, guys, let me come with the answer very fastly. So the size is 5 MB. Okay. A from Mr. A saying a 50 kg. No. In September 1950s, IBM has launched. It's a hard disk which is having a weight of 1000 kg. I'm talking of a year 1956, and now we are in year in 2020, guys. So just see how much time has been changed, guys. You know why I'm talking about these things, although this has not been linked with you, because here you need to learn with the data, and analysis using SPSS. The two major factor in this world, IT will be having a problem. And you will not believe with this, the COVID. Storage, and one is the security. The second term, security, we have already got so many things are there which are basically kind of a issue that we are having, right? So guys, please note, data is very important, and data storage is again a very important because of the cloud factor. Let me move to my main topic. Okay, my main topic is here. So now I will maximize my screen where I was there. Okay, I'll be talking about basics of R. Before I start with my R, let me know from you how many years. You can just say it, 2 or 3. Have you talked about R? Can you believe that R also can be used as an software for data analytics kind of things? Frankly speaking, I'm using R for around 5 years of my life, and I have seen much comfortable with R. R is basically does what the others can't do. Like, I will not say that SPSS is not a good or Excel is not good, but R is basically more kind of things. One question is coming by Mohammed. What does this R means? Basically, it has started with S, statistic. Whatever the statistics we learn in our life, we were having basically a software called Statistica. And to that advance, because it has been name. Okay, let me have these things. These are the topics that I'll be talking for the day, guys. I hope you are able to see and what are the analytics, the family features, limitation, the comparison, business analytics, different packages, some hands and basic example. So let's move on the topic analytics. I will not take much time in this because I believe you know already. Analytics basically means what, guys? There are two major, although in the books, in the concern, you will be finding that we are having 4 different analytics are there. But I'll be talking about 2 major things. One is a descriptive. Okay, a descriptive means that how we can view data from different angles. Like, I don't know much about it. Like, you must be using Excel or SQL. In that, you are not able to predict a value. A predict a value means that you can only view the data from different angles. Let's take an example. We have 1000 data in one table. So in that, you can do a query or you can do a filter. This can be done by Excel, SPSS, SQL. That is a very much kind of easy. Okay, and we can have a different data from different angles, like how many male are there, how many females are there, what kind of ratio we are having. We can use group by a tabular form and advanced filter also, where we are having lot of other kind of constraint also. Okay, so that is a one thing. But if we go into more kind of things are there, we are having a predictive analytics. I believe a predictive analytics, you must have got to know by a worm what we have for a 7 days training before. Okay, so it involves statistics. It have a predict the future. Okay, so basically it is having something like that. These are the tools what has been mentioned. In fact, Excel also will I say that it is used for a predictive, because Excel is a very huge, which is having around 750 functions right now in 2019 version of Office. And you will not believe it's a very powerful, it's a mother of all statistic language. I have joined late, but I can see Dr. Saikia was trying to explain you. If you have comfortable Excel, Excel is also very good to, you know, do a data statistic kind of thing, because whatever the tools in a bookish language you learn, you basically try to involve and try to do this. For my day, guys, I will be talking about R. You can see like these are the two. Let me give you one example what I mean by predictive analytics. A predictive can be, you know, why we do research. Already these questions have been answered once you have joined a training session 7 days before. Research means that, you know, if you want to have some knowledge or to give some output or give some a calculation, that kind of research is required. Like, you know, you are talking about what will happen in the future. You will not believe that, you know, if we go into the back around 7-8 months back, some of the companies like a Gartner, because I read their research report every month. So Gartner in the month of January, December, they have already predicted that our entire world will look like this after a few months. And you can see like that, because this will lead to September 2020, or it will lead to end of this 2020. So these are the kinds of things that we are having. So guys, let me a very quick view. I just want to tell you like why I'm talking about an R, why I'm not talking with SPSS. So you can see like that these are the basically difference. It depends upon the cost. R is 100% free, okay, as compared to any other software. Please do not see that, you know, we can get a software free of cost. You know, there are other sources are available, but again, if you go for a licensed one, it's very difficult to get it. Whereas in Office Excel, you know that you need to spend this much amount, but you are, if you're using a personal kind of things, that can be less than a costly. But if you want to go with IBM, I think if you go for a SPSS, some of that, you know, the professors or the speaker must have talked about it. IBM provides 21 days trial if you want to have a full version. But if you want to get for it, again, it's a 14 days, but I think it's a 21 days. So it has been updated. And the SaaS is, again, it's a paid one, very expensive. You can see like that, you know, lot of the companies in from 2016 till 2020, they were working on SaaS for data analytics to predict it, but they have moved into that kind of a thing. So this is, again, I don't want to take much time on this. Let me, you know, this is a difference between R, SPS and SAS, because I am trying to consider three kind of thing, you know, how as a UI is something like that, what kind of programming, what kind of syntax that you will be using. I do understand, I have been working on all these three platforms, but I like the R the most, because there are certain the factor. The first one is like that, you know, R provides me to work in any kind of programming. As you know my name, as you know me, if you search on Google, you will get to know more about me. It is basically, I am working with, you know, I started my the career for IT world in 1998. And you will not believe that time I was using a COBOL and Pascal. Most of us, I think you were not knowing what are the names I am telling about the programming. Later on, sometime 2 or 3 years later, I have moved on basically a programming called C language. C, I think we most of us know, and then C++, then .NET, then Java, then C Sharp, VB, VB.NET, and so on. These are all the front-end languages I'm talking about. You will not believe whatever the code, what I have learned in 2001 in C language, I can use in R very well. But again, for you, I can see that the audience, they are not from IT world, they are from management world. But if you want to do analytics, what you're doing in SPSS, you can also do in R. Again, I will not say that R is, R is actually, frankly speaking, R requires a little a technical savvy. But again, in this world, it's not a rocket science that you cannot learn it. So, but again, I'll explain you more things so you can see like that data management. You can pull the data and you can do it. Only a drawback if I compare with R and SPS and SAS, the one major drawback is scalability. R, what it does, if it depends upon your RAM, depending upon a processor, it pulls that data into your machine and it does a processing data and analytics and it works on it. I don't know whether you know it or not a fact. Let me give you one more example. Excel, guys. Everybody knows Excel very well. You know what is it? There is also size of Excel. The size of the Excel, if you have a data of 2 GB in one file of Excel, which is having consider of spreadsheet differently, it have a possibility the Excel file may be crash. But R cannot crash on that thing. So think over it. Nowadays data is getting a generate. And now to this, a COVID, there was a news day before yesterday in IEEE. It says that very important, like whatever the data has been generated for past 5 years, it has generated more than a data in 1 month. Because 100% we are on IT world. So think over it, like how the things are working, on the change on it. So let me talk about R. Basically, R, as I said earlier, it's a open source. Open source means it's a 100% free of cost. You don't have to do anything. Okay. Somebody was also talking about what is the full form of R. R is basically depends upon, there is an regression analysis. Okay. That's why they have taken as an R, and it was a traditional statistical that has been taken. It is more basically nowadays, there is a gig in the market that is known as education 4.0. You can search on that thing like, XYZ. We have 3 generation category of the people right now, and they are working on that thing. I basically, if you ask me, I am from a Z kind of a category because I'm born in 1980. After that, those and they can be Y and X, because basically X, the category, they are more savvy towards IT world. They know more things and more kind of things we are having. And you can see like that R is basically supported by a revolution analytics, and they are dependent upon ANN. ANN basically artificial neural networks. Our generation, our basically things are dependent upon these things only, guys. Okay, so you can see like that. I have tried to compare also that why R. I am not want to prove anything about R, but if you really work on R, you will get to know more about the R. Okay, so there are different the programming kinds of